So let's talk about a few fundamentals that we want to incorporate, right? So we talked about psychology. 80% is psychology. 80% is the belief systems. Another belief that I want you guys to have is I always trust my first instinct. I always trust which instinct?
First instinct.
If an idea comes to your mind, this is the 3-second rule. If 3 seconds passes and you didn't express that idea from the mind through the mouth, you're already too late. So we want to stay within that 3-second parameter, and we always trust our first instinct. That means if you're in a meeting and some idea about something I should share comes to your mind and you're thinking about it, share it right away. Trust me, it's going to add value to the group. If you're thinking it, there's other people thinking of it. How many people have heard of this book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill?
Yeah.
It's a great book. Napoleon Hill, he talks about the mastermind. And he says that whenever one sharp mind comes in contact with another sharp mind, thereby an invisible third mind is created. And that's the mastermind. And if you're thinking of something, just know that maybe your neighbors are also thinking about the exact same thing. So you should share it, right? So we always trust which instinct? First instinct. Okay? A few fundamentals, okay? We want to create like a checkup from the neck up. We want to think about, there's a few things that I want to, just like a robot, I want to check my delivery channels, and I want to make sure that I'm dialed up in all of these. Number one, facial expressions. This is all neck up. Facial expressions. So you notice it. You pretend there's a camera on you at all times. It's just like you're on a reality show. And you'll feel it. You'll feel it. Like my face is just not moving. And just as soon as you notice it, you just think, okay, I'm just going to auto-correct it right away. I'm going to start moving my face a little more. I'm going to be a little more emotive with my face. Okay? So this is, again, checkup from the neck up. We're going to do a complete diagnostic, just like they do at the at the car dealership. You bring in for an oil inspection, and they'll do a 28-point inspection, right? So we want to monitor our face. Is our face moving while I'm talking? And this could be, I'm at breakfast. I'm just having breakfast with friends. But you notice, am I just like forgetting to move my face? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to change it up right away. Autocorrect right away. Don't beat yourself up about it. Your brain first has to remember. Remember we said that we have to bring to the forefront, the background to the forefront. So the first step is awareness, right? Face, big fundamental. These are all like core components of great public speaking. Another one, again, this is all from the neck up. Check up from this. All of this has to do with your head. Another one is going to be the melody of your voice. And what I want you to do is come from a place where you're singing up here. What does that mean? So if you've ever been to a seminar or you've ever been to a conference and the way that they're speaking to you is in such a way to where they do their best to arouse emotion into you, and it sounds like the vocal apparatus is more of a lingering tone. It's not just where someone is speaking, but it's like almost like the way that they're speaking, there's a melody to it, right? If you think about that speech from Martin Luther King, I have a dream. How would that be if he didn't have melody behind it? If he didn't have volume behind it? That's another core component. We want to think about, again, check up from the neck up, we want to think about volume. So melody, think of it like a piano has 88 keys, right? Create a lot of melody with your voice. All this is done through the mouth. So again, checkup from the neck up, it's all through the mouth, right? And the whole idea, we talked about it all throughout the morning, is we want to create a lot of variety up here. And we want to constantly dial up these delivery channels to where we get to a place where we almost don't have to do much. Because once you tap into the zone, you don't have to worry about the delivery channels. You're now just being your authentic, charismatic self. You guys relate to that?
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. But at first, we got to start that lawnmower. So I got to move my face. I got to make sure I got enough volume. I got to make sure that, I have enough melody. I got enough ranges. I got enough tones. And another one, again, from the neck up, right here, is the rate of speech. So remember I said earlier, sometimes the words come out really, really fast. It's like a crescendo, it's like a climax. And, don't think about when you should do it. Trust your instinct. You'll know. You're naturally going to know. Like if I'm talking about how I spoke at a funeral, I'm not going to be like, and then I went up there and like you're going to know. You're going to know when to bring it down. The biggest secret to public speaking mastery, it starts with the V, is
Variety.
yes, variety. So notice, there are times where you just slow down. Take your time with each word. Put pauses in between your words. Does that make sense? But don't stay there. Or you're going to put them to sleep. That's what we're talking about. So constantly create these variety, and you're like a seesaw. You're all over the place. Everybody say, they are not
They are not
going to see my next move.
gonna see my next move.
Right? So all of these things we do from the neck up. This is all stuff like what's happening here with my head, with my face, my voice, that's coming out from my mouth. So that's all over here. Right? Color of personality. I want you to laugh up there. If you're laughing, you're having a good time. Right? So all these little changes. Public singing. Again, we talked about it earlier. Just want to hone it in because believe it or not, yes, we default to the negative until you go through a lot of coaching and then you're like, realize, oh no, actually he's right. It's easier to be charismatic than it is to be non-expressive. But at first, you don't realize that. So someone has to coach you through it. Another one, a big one, is the variety of gestures. And even though I coached and I said, hey, do dynamic gestures, fish tank gestures, minute gestures, how many people were doing that? I mean, it was still like we're still sticking to our comfort zone for the most part. And people are afraid to let their hands go for some reason. They're just not used to it while they're speaking. So that's another one. Again, we're doing a checkup. When you go out there, I want you to do these checkups, like how am I coming across? Almost like there's a camera watching you the whole time, right? And that camera is keeping you honest. So be at the breakfast table. Be in front of a group. Be at Olive Garden. Be at, when you're sharing a story and just allow your hands to just go, right? You start to stack these little bricks by bricks by bricks. Before you know it, that's a different speaker. Get used to speaking louder. Trust me, it's not going to be too loud. Get used to that. And even though I tell people that, next time I see them, they're like, because again, we're pulling on to that comfort zone. But after enough coaching, you're going to let go of that identity. And you're going to step into a new reality. And then you're going to realize, like, wow, charisma is actually a scientific formula that I can tap into. This is something that I can figure out. All I have to do is apply some of the coaching, and before you know it, I can transform myself into this person. And it's predictable, no matter how I feel. It's a pretty cool thing, right? So, do you think that this will impact your dating life? For how many people here are single? Do you think this will impact, if you're not single, your romantic relationship with your significant other? Do you think confidence is sexy? Do you think confidence sells?
Yes.
Is confidence something that just sells in the business world or also in our personal life?
Oh.
How many people you'd like to have a more powerful network? You've heard the saying, our network is our net worth, right? So do you think that if you had ultra powers of charisma, that all of a sudden when you walk into a room that you would not own that room without trying?